Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about the way that I approach deadlifts and even maxing out in general. And I think it surprises a lot of people. And, it's even to the point where years ago when I said, warm-ups are kind of overrated, it offended some people. There were other YouTubers who years ago when I said that kind of made response videos saying that that's dangerous advice. And I want to be very, very clear when I state this. My approach to maxing out has everything to do with the fact that I'm in shape. I'm used to maxing. It's not a big deal to me. Again, I have a high state of general physical preparedness. I do a lot of conditioning work. And so it's really not that big of a deal to me. And what I'm telling people is that if you're a noob and you're not in shape and you don't have really good form on these movements, I don't recommend that you do exactly what I do. So I want to make that very, very clear. But I also want to point out that, if you can't do these things, it's time to maybe reevaluate your mindset in the gym, time to reevaluate how in shape you are. Because when I do play this stuff with no background sound and then people realize I'm not wearing headphones and there's no music playing in the room and they're like, you just come over and calmly lift some of these weights, like right there, 635 with a stiff bar. Right? That's with a stiff bar. That's not even a deadlift bar that I get to use in meet. That's a harder bar to pull on. That I maintain a low state of psychological arousal. A lot of times I don't have caffeine. I never use pre-workouts. I go through phases where I don't even drink coffee, and me drinking coffee has nothing to do with the gym. When I'm in a phase of drinking coffee, I drink it in off days. I just do it in the morning. But at the moment I'm making this video, I'm not actually drinking coffee. I don't take any caffeine pills. I have some diet soda. Okay, I have some diet soda, but no pre-workouts. I'm not jamming to music when I do this stuff, and my warm-ups are really very, very low. Okay, they're very low. And I'm the same way when I go to meets. But for example, if people want to know what all those lifts, the warm-up look like, those ones you saw, I think there was a 600 deadlift, a 615 pull, 625 pull, 635 pull, done on different days, that I routinely hit 600 plus pound pulls as my third rep. Okay, that's counting warm-ups. So for me, it's not uncommon. As long as I'm up and moving, I've walked a little bit, my body is good. It's not uncommon for me to come in and only do 2 or 3 reps before a 600-pound pull. It's perfectly normal for me. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if the deadlift's my first lift of the day, I'll probably do 3 reps before I do a big pull. But if it's not, if I've done any squatting first, like all of those, I did a squat first. In the future coming up, I'm going to go back to single, and probably about the time this video will come out, I'll be back to just doing single maxes in a day. So it's normal for me to come in and do 405 for 405 for a single rep. Okay, we make it perfect, make it clean, we explode, hold it at the top. If it's a perfect rep, I don't mess with anything in that weight range anymore. Now, if it feels a little sloppy, I come over, I get tighter, and I'll do it again. And if I get a perfect rep, and it feels perfect, and it's just like a max, and I feel good, I'll add a plate to each side, and I'll go 495. Right? That's how I open at meets too. I've been doing 230 kg for an opener, and then we go to a bigger weight. But every one of those lifts, that's kind of how I warmed up. We did those 2 reps, and then we put 600 plus on the bar and pull it. And it seems counterintuitive to a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, oh, you got to be warmed up, you're going to get hurt. And it's like, well, why? First of all, you're walking in with the mindset that you're going to possibly get hurt. Okay? Well, you shouldn't have that mindset. And number 2, my nervous system is usually still primed by the time we get around to a pull. Why? Because if I'm doing a heavy pull on Tuesday, I probably did speed pulls on Friday. Yeah, just a few days ago. So we've done speed work. We're in practice. Right? We're in practice. Come in and pull. Now, if a deadlift's my first pull of the day, I might do one more rep in between there somewhere. Just for the extra practice, you know? Maybe a 315, 405, 495, or 405, 455 for one, then 495, and then go to a heavy weight. Okay? And I usually only do one heavy rep. Probably moving forward, I may start going for a second one. See if it, if it feels good enough, I can go another 10, 20 pounds. We might do that. But again, normal, like right here, this 625 on the stiff bar, which was a beautiful lift, right? Everything perfect, everything tight. Come in and be in the moment. If your technique is good and you're in shape, you should be able to do that. And that's kind of what I would suggest to a lot of lifters. Okay, there's something wrong to where if you need to psych up, you need all this warming up, you need stimulants, you need to psych yourself up to come in and hit a big lift, even an elite lift, because my deadlift's elite. You have a lot of work to do, okay? If you're strong, you're strong. Like, why do you need all these other external factors? If you have trained for it and the strength is physically there, you just walk in and do it. In fact, I didn't even do any seriously heavy pulls before first time back on a platform last year, and ended up pulling 625 at a charity event. It was because my other work made me strong. And I had practice in on the deadlift and speed pulls, and I think the heaviest thing I had touched in the last 6 months was 570. Came in and pulled 625. All right? If you're strong, you can focus, and you're in good shape. You can come in and hit a big, big lift. You don't need all this other nonsense. It's just not necessary. And if you do, again, maybe it's time to assess your mindset, assess your psychological state. And I think I've seen other people say that that's the thing with stuff like conjugate, is that it tells you a lot about your psychological state, how psychologically strong and well you are. Because if you got to psych up all the time to do this system, it's going to bury you. You're going to get injured. You're going to have ugly lifts. You're going to miss a lot of lifts. Okay. There's no need for any of that. Just get really fucking strong. That's it. That's all you have to do. And get yourself in shape. I'm doing this at 45 years old, guys. Come on. Get in shape. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.